Hello, my name is Bessa, and this is my year of less stuff, or its longer title, a year of, I've written it down, defeating capitalism, rewiring my brain, being more mindful and joyful of the things I have, and just having less stuff. So, sorry if the lighting is bad, and also I'm awkward. I've never filmed a video before, so I have no idea what I'm doing. But I have seen a lot of these videos and I enjoy watching them, and I thought I would just add my own interpretation into the mix. This was heavily inspired by Hannah Louise Poston, who many years ago, probably 5 or maybe even more years ago, did a complete no-buy year. And I loved watching that series, and then her channel evolved into a year of less stuff and a year of a beauty budget. These might not be in the correct order, but if you haven't seen her videos and you are also someone who would like to rewire their brain, defeat their internalized capitalism, and just have less stuff, I would highly recommend her channel. But I would also highly recommend you stick around here and join me for my journey. So what am I doing? I kind of went over that. Why? I mean, really, it's all in the title, right? So just, we live in a society and capitalism and wanting to buy things and fast form content that we are always consuming, and people just always having the new next best thing. We're always thrown all these things, the new next thing, beauty launches. I mean, think of every launch that comes out every single day. It's too much, and it's nice. I mean, I love looking through the things. I love watching beauty content. You know, it's one of my favorite pastimes, just sitting down, you know, with a mug of tea and just watching, you know, what's new, hot takes, hauls, all those kinds of things. But I also feel like when we watch, if we're only watching people buying things, then sometimes that kind of makes us also want to buy things. So it's nice to even it out and sometimes watch people not buying things, or people being a little bit more mindful about the content they're consuming, and everything that we're doing in the world. On top of that, I mean, excuse me, I have a cold and the sniffling will be so annoying throughout the whole video. I really apologize for that. I should probably I'm gonna go blow my nose right now. I'm still sniffling. I'm sorry. The blowing my nose did not fix it. But hopefully you will be able to bear with me, because I'm hoping next video I will not be sick. But yeah, so I think, as I was saying, hopefully it's also nice to be a bit more sustainable. It's nice to really use the things that we have and appreciate them. Christmas just passed, and there's so many like what I got for Christmas hauls, and they were racking up in like the thousands and tens of thousands and even more. Like someone got 2 cars, which, you know, is amazing for them. And I'm not one to tell people what to do with their money. So, you know, if you have the means, then definitely, you know, buy nice things and enjoy your money, you know. But at the same time, a lot of us don't have that level of fund, and it can feel, I mean, it's easy to feel jealous looking at those kinds of things. But also, a thing I noticed is like this girl got like 10 Chanel bags, which again, good for her. I'm very happy for her. But she was just like, oh, this one and this one and this one. And I feel like when we have so many things, we don't even enjoy or appreciate the things we have. So yeah, I'd love for you guys to join me on this whole rewiring of my brain. And I have been doing this process slowly, you know. Like I said, I started watching Hannah's videos years ago, and I've been keeping up with her journey and slowly changing my mindset and just buying less things and just being a little bit more mindful of what I consume. So if I let's say I really want a lip gloss, I'll make sure to wait, give it a time, because sometimes you want something in that moment, but then like a week passes by and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot that I even wanted that. So give it time, let it settle in my brain, read reviews, watch, you know, review videos to see, is it something that would even look good on me, on my skin tone? Is it a formula that I would even like? Because before I would just, oh, that looks good, I'll just buy it. And it's like, oh, it's orange on me and I'm never gonna wear it. So I swatched it once and then it's in my collection and just collecting dust, and I'm never gonna use it again. And those $10 I wasted, even more now that makeup is that's another thing. Makeup is so expensive. everything is expensive and it kind of sucks. I mean, it's nice to buy nice things, and again, like I said, you know, we work hard for our money, and it's nice to buy things that give us joy and that we can use. And obviously makeup is an art, and it makes us feel pretty, and it's a hobby. I love it. But I mean, like with the Patrick Ta duos, when that came out, and they were $42 for 2 eyeshadows, and people were like, well, it's not for everyone, it's luxury. If you can't buy it, then just don't. And it's like, yeah, that's true, but also, what next? So then, like, what's the next release? Like a single eyeshadow for $50? And some, you know, there are luxury brands that do have single eyeshadows for $50. And again, you know, everyone's in different tax brackets, and we all choose what we're gonna spend our money on. But once things get more expensive, they don't become less expensive. And we see this with everything: groceries, rents, just the cost of living in general. But once a brand sees that we're gonna buy something at this price, then they're not gonna release the next thing at this price because they know we'll buy it at this price. So then they'll just keep raising it until it's even out of frame, and and it's just gonna become more difficult to purchase things. So also in that instance, you know, I'm lucky that I have a good job. I have a great partner, he has a great job, and we live well. That's not the point. It's not like I'm hurting for money, but I just want to be more mindful about what I spend my money on and how much of it I'm spending. I can buy a lot of makeup, or I can go on a really nice trip, and I'm someone who really values experiences and traveling, so I would rather do that, right? Or I could buy a lot of makeup, or I can invest it in my 401k or in my Roth IRA, things like this, and just set myself up for the future. So, you know, again, it's a balancing act. You know, you can't only think about the future, and you can't live so frugally. I mean, some people do. There's a whole FIRE movement for that. But in my mindset, I think everything is about balance. But again, it's all about mindfulness. It's just rewiring my brain to just think more critically about things, which like I said, I have been doing, but this year I want to really focus on that. Really enjoy the things that I have. You know, I have I have a huge makeup collection, and I think I'm also a little bit untethered from reality, and I would like to be retethered into it, because I looked at my collection today and I was like, wow, it's like so compact and small. I'm doing so great, you know? And then I think about it, I'm like, no, you have a whole drawer. Like, I have 4 drawers that hold all my makeup. And do I have like, and then I'm like thinking to myself, oh, it's so small and reasonably sized. And I'm like, before YouTube and before like makeup became this whole thing, people just had like a little bag like this, and they had that like 1 mascara, 1 lipstick, and 1 eyeliner, and maybe a blush, and that was their makeup collection. And now we have like, people have drawers and drawers. So it's easy to say, yeah, my collection is small when I compare it to beauty YouTubers or TikTok videos where they have like 3 drawers full of lipsticks, right? But that is not normal, and that is not sustainable, and that is not, again, like, I'm not judging these people, but how can you use up that much lipstick? I tried a Project Pan years ago, and I just was trying to finish 1 lipstick, literally 1 lipstick, and there's 365 days in a year, and I couldn't even finish it up in 1 year, and that was the only thing I was using. So I think, yeah, just being a little bit more tethered to reality and seeing that, you know, makeup takes a long time to use, and it goes bad. If it never went bad, that'd be a different story, but it does go bad. I mean, I am pretty guilty of still using palettes that I've had since high school, which is embarrassing because I've been out of high school for a very long time, double-digit amount of years of time. So probably should throw those away. But again, it's all about being safe and like using common sense. But yeah, so just, that's my goal with this. And I hope you'll join me, and I hope that if this is something that you have also been thinking about, then we can do it together and build a community like that, because I think it's easy to lose focus of a goal when you're just by yourself, but if you have someone to keep you accountable and also, you know, going through the same thing, it's a little bit easier. So that's why I'm filming it, mainly for accountability, but also for community. Also to kind of get myself out of my comfort zone. We'll see if I even post it. If you're seeing it, then I did post it. So that means I got over a hurdle of self-consciousness, insecurity, you know, being like, oh gosh, I'm gonna post a video on the internet for people to see, and then everyone's gonna make fun of me. And it's like, maybe some people will make fun of me, but it's also like, who cares? I care. But that's another thing in this whole realm of what I'm trying to do. So yeah. And then on top of that, with all this time I'm not spending focusing on silly things or things that maybe I shouldn't focus so much time, my goal is to then spend more time doing things that make me better as a person, but also that I really enjoy. This is a whole year of just bettering ourselves, hopefully. But with the main theme of condensing or spending, I don't know. I'll think of a better name for it, but you get the gist. So the plan, kind of what I've been saying, using what I have, appreciating it, but really I think one of the main things is getting to know what I like. So this is not just about makeup. Even though like over time I'm cool toned, I have an olive complexion, a little bit green. I can't buy an orange blush because that'll look crazy on me, right? I have to lean more neutral, like, you know, things like that, being a more mindful consumer. So I'm not like making silly purchases that aren't useful to me. But outside of makeup, just also clothes, and see like what makes me feel confident. Not just buying something in the moment because I think I'll like it, but something that I'll actually wear for a long time that can also be worn with a lot of other pieces of clothing in my closet. I find that that's something I do all the time, where I'll buy something and I like it, but then I bring it home and I'm like, oh, I can't make an outfit with this, or oh, this doesn't go with anything else in my closet. So just being more mindful in that way. So trying to make my life easier, really. Like at the end of the day, all these things are just making it so I have a collection. I'm surrounded by things that I love. And that way I don't, you know, in the morning I'm not inundated with all these choices that like stress me out. And I can just pull something out of my closet and know it'll fit me and I'll feel good in it. And I can just throw on a look and know that like all the formulas work with my skin, and it'll last throughout the day and I'll feel good and confident throughout the day. So yeah, again, like I said, sustainability, that's a big thing too. You know, all these things that we buy, all this plastic that we're bringing into our lives, you know, it will eventually end up in a landfill. And obviously we can't control everything, but we can control a little bit of what we choose to bring in and the waste that we choose to make. So yeah, I guess I'll let you know the rules. That's probably interesting, but it's not that interesting because the rules are very simple. The rules are I can buy 3 things a month, which is almost too much. I was kind of thinking like maybe I should limit it to like 1 thing or 2, but I don't want to make it a complete no buy because that isn't my intention. I'm not in a space where I'm like financially ruining myself because of how much I buy and I have no room or anything like that. And I don't want to limit myself so much to where it becomes unenjoyable. But the 3 things is everything. So it's like beauty, skincare, perfumes. I do love perfumes, clothing, all the things that are not necessary. You know, obviously food does not count. Groceries, paying my bills, those do not count. But things that just for fun or things that I don't need, I'm limited to 3. So yeah, and there's no spending limit on it because I'm not someone who makes like huge purchases anyway, but it's just item based. So like I can buy an expensive perfume, but that is 1 item. Even though my goal is to not buy any perfumes this year because I have way too many. And I do plan on making a video about my collection to see like how it's looking at the beginning of the year as opposed to the end of the year, and seeing like maybe how many things I was able to use and whittle it down. I think that would be really interesting. And also, you know, it's lovely to see people's collections. That's, you know, I don't know why, but I love watching people's makeup tours or like my makeup drawers or my perfume collection. So if that's something you're interested in, I will definitely do that because that's one of my favorite things to watch as well. But yes, the rule, I can buy 3 things and that is a month. I don't have to buy 3 things. And if I don't buy, like let's say I buy 1 thing that month, it doesn't roll over. So it's just 3 things a month. I'm gonna keep track of everything that I buy, and I will be updating you. So at the end of the month, I'm probably gonna do like what I purchased versus what I finished up, like maybe like an empties / haul kind of video, just to see what we're getting rid of / what we're bringing into the collection. I think that might be interesting. And also things I really enjoyed, things I rediscovered in my collection, things that I'm surprisingly loving, things outside of beauty that I'm loving. So maybe I develop a new hobby. One thing I'd love to start doing is getting back into fitness and really taking control of my health and all that good things. My mom is really into yoga, and she's trying to get me into yoga. We'll see. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but it's a possibility, maybe. So yeah, welcome to my 2025 low-buy year, a year of less stuff, a year of defeating capitalism and rewiring my brain and all that other good things, all that other good stuff that I talked about at the beginning of the video. It's a pleasure meeting you through our parasocial relationship that I hope we can, you know, make, and I hope that you guys can comment and, you know, tell me if you're also planning on doing something like this, and we can, you know, inspire each other and help each other going forward. And I hope we can all just go into the new year, into 2025, with a bit more critical of a brain in everything that we see. So obviously this is just, you know, for fun. This is just about beauty and all those things, but there's a lot of things in the world that we can be more critical and use more critical thinking for. And I hope the new year is 2025. It's such a nice crunchy year. Like, I love just robust and round and square. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's just such a solid year, 2025. And I feel like with the right intentions, we can all make it a great year for us. So thank you. And like I said, I hope you follow me on this journey, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.